Welcome to the YCN High School Basketball Game of the Week. Today, YCN travels to Kentucky, New Hampshire, as the Lady Cougars of Kearsarge take on the Hawks of Hopkinton High School. The Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, the home energy specialists. La Valley Building Supplies for home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza in Claremont, always fresh. And by Casasa, free checking that pays. Now available at Claremont Savings Bank.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. We are just set to start the fourth quarter of action where the Cougars taking control 39-20, and that third quarter really was all Kearsarge. They extend their halftime lead to now a 19-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Hawks still playing some good defense and having some nice possessions. Three-point attempt, no good by Thomas, and the rebound tipped away. That'll go back to Kearsarge.
Tune in every week for the River Valley and Kearsarge Chronicles, the who, what, where, and when shows of our region. They premiere at 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday night, right here on YCN, your local view.
Roy gets open. She'll take the shot, no good, and rebound will be bounced around. I think they're going to say that Signor had enough of a possession that they'll call the foul on Kearsarge. And that'll be on Kleckner. It's her third, team's fourth. Signor will inbound to Thomas. 19-point lead for the Cougars. We approach 7 minutes to play. A lot of time left here in the fourth quarter if Hopkinton can make a run and at least close the gap a little as we see Taylor Signor, number 3, getting it to go. The junior with another three-pointer. That's the deficit to 16.
Well, that's what the Hawks need to do right now. They need to knock down every shot that they take, and probably a good time to put up a few threes. It's going to be tough to close this gap if you don't.
Prescott with the original offensive rebound, and then her shot was no good, so Hopkinton get another one here and get some momentum going here in the fourth quarter. Patiently waiting, there's Thomas with a three-pointer just in and out. Wow, that was halfway down. And Kearsarge will now get their half-court offense set up. Megan Roy running the point. Brayshaw on the bench. Remains to be seen if we'll see her the rest of the way with a 16-point lead and only 6 minutes to go here. Foul on the floor. Hopkinton will get possession. Offensive foul.
Is that a moving pick? Couldn't really tell.
They're going to give it on number 15.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Courtney lost her, and that's her fourth foul. So quickly, Brayshaw will be up, and she'll be ready to check back in at the next whistle, which will be now. As the ball's tipped away, it'll stay Hopkinton ball, but coming out will be Roy for Brayshaw. Inbounds pass is tipped, batted around, comes into the hands of the Hawks. Thomas not able to get it to fall, and Prescott is fouled. So number 15, Courtney lost her inbounding the ball. She has, I believe they put up 4 fouls for her, so I'm surprised that Coach Keith Roberts is keeping her in the game. That foul went on Amelia Thomas, her first. Kearsarge leading 39-23, 5:35 to go in this one. A three-point attempt there by DeAngelis, no good. And the rebound and the outlet pass, nicely done. The layup, no good, but an offensive rebound by Maserve, and she's there to put it back and cut the lead to 14. There's a nice offensive rebound and putback. Maserve has really made her presence known inside tonight, both on the offensive and defensive sides. Drive left side by Brayshaw. And Brayshaw going for the rebound, but once again hadn't established her position, so that'll be Hopkinton ball. Inside 5 minutes to play, only down 14, see if they can cut it down again. Houston gets it over to Signor, kicking it around, and they'll get it back to Houston. Her shot is good, so a couple steps inside the three-point line. Abby Houston gets it to go, and 12-point game. Foul by Signor. Brayshaw draws the foul with 4:38 to go. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. 4:35 to go here, where Kearsarge leads Hopkinton 39-27. And Andrew, good start. A little bit of a nice run here in the fourth quarter. At least cut this game down to 12 points for Hopkinton.
Yeah, and the Hawks, very nice run here. Yeah, you said 12-point game.
And the nice 3-on-2, and before Thomas could get the shot off, they'll call her for a traveling call. Looked like there was some contact on that one.
Yeah, I thought so too. Looked like a little contact, maybe pushed her a little bit, which forced the travel, but Kearsarge with a number of their starters back out on the court. Madison Brayshaw, Roy, or excuse me, that's Prescott.
Very nice defense. This Hopkinton team all night has played very good defense, and they have not quit, even though they're down 12 inside 4 minutes to play. Really tenacious defense, denying any space, getting their hands up. There's Abby Houston. Just really, there's not much more we can say about this team on the defensive side.
Yeah, and I would like to see if this is a season low right now for the Cougars in terms of scoring. Wouldn't surprise me, because the Hawks have really been very strong on D tonight, doing their best to keep Brayshaw and Crawshaw and Roy all at bay.
Stumbling there is the Kearsarge player, number 4, Leslie Angus, and that'll be a turnover. And they did score. Kearsarge scored 41 against Mascoma Valley. They won 41-34.
Okay.
And they also scored 43 against Fall Mountain in a three-point win, as a three-pointer is good. Number 10, Lyndon Flanagan. And we've got a 9-point game, 3:05 to go.
Yeah, all of a sudden, single digits. And the Hawks are going to score as much as they can, and Kearsarge really needs to stop the bleeding here. Haven't scored a point in a while. Cougars should take a timeout and talk things over.
So a timeout on the floor, 2:55 to go. Kearsarge leading 39-30. We'll step aside. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. 2:55 to go here in the fourth quarter, with Kearsarge holding on to a sizable 9-point lead, but really the last couple of minutes it doesn't look like they're in control, as they have let the Hawks come back from, I think at one point, was it 19 points? I think it was 39-20 at one point, and they've scored 10 straight points. And they've all been from the field, no free throws. So give the Hawks credit, they have earned everything. Kearsarge hasn't let them get to the line. So we'll see if Cougars can apply any pressure here late and try and stop that momentum the Hawks have picked up. Brayshaw driving, she'll throw it up. And Crawshaw with the rebound, big body rebound. And number 32, Katie must serve with the rebound, but they're gonna call it a tie-up, and it will stay with the Cougars.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game, when we'll pick the top performer in tonight's matchup.
Three-point attempt is off the side. I say it went off the top of the backboard. Stayed in play, and Hopkinton with the rebound. They'll set it up here inside 2:15. Gonna get something to go. Abby Thomas with the drive. She can't get it to fall. Rebound, and almost lost, but Brayshaw is able to get the handle on it. Now we're inside 2 minutes, and it's pressure time here for the Hawks. Crawshaw inside, no good. It's going to be tipped around, and it'll go back to Hopkinton. So we were talking about how little they had scored in the past two games, 43 and 41 in their last two games. One was a 3-point win over Fall Mountain, and Fall Mountain really has not had a great season. They've been pretty decent. Yeah. They've only lost 2 games, and the basket is good. That's Abby Houston, a 7-point game now, 1:35 to go.
Wow, and this Kearsarge team is still yet to score a single point in this quarter. Hopkinton really fighting their way back into this thing, and Reserve has really done a nice job defending Crawshaw in the paint.
And now as we approach 1:15 to go and no shot clock, obviously, we'll take a pretty good-sized miracle as Crawshaw gets the rebound, and they'll reset, kick it back out to Brayshaw. And now I guess you got to decide if you want to put them on the free throw line, because with no shot clock, it's pretty hard. But they will get a 5-second call. A defensive call there, nicely done by the defense of the Hawks. Brayshaw dribbling the ball around, and there's one way to get it back. Get the ball into Meserve. She puts it up, and Katie Meserve puts up the basket. Hopkinton only trails by 5, 51 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide with 51 seconds to go in Kentucky, New Hampshire, where the Kearsarge Cougars find themselves with only a 5-point lead. All right, Andrew, reset it here. 51 seconds left. Kearsarge basketball. They can run the baseline on the inbounds after the made basket. Do the Hawks foul here, or we just saw a turnover because of their defensive efforts? Do they just play defense?
I think at least one possession you have to play defense. I don't think they should foul just yet. There's still a little bit more time. Let's see if the Cougars can break this full court press. Looks like they're able to.
At least try and play some defense, and good effort there. This time they will have to foul, although Abby Houston will foul Roy, and the problem now is that's only their 4th foul. So
right.
You give a chance for some time to run off the clock in between fouls. If you were already in the bonus, obviously that one would have done it. So the rare time when no fouls, a very good defensive half, comes back to haunt you is have to inbound it to Brayshaw. She'll dribble it up to top of the key, get it over to Corser, who travels. I don't know who the traveling violation they called it on, because it looked like the pass was in the air when the traveling was called. That
did not look like a travel to me. Generous call for Hopkinton, but see if they can cut this lead.
30 seconds to go, 39-34, and they need a basket. Don't need a 3, they just need something. And Thomas over in the corner, she's getting trapped, and wisely Coach Pat Roy calls a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 17.6 seconds to go. All right, what is the call here if you're Coach Roy? Who's getting the ball? You got to get a 2. You might even have to get a 3. Obviously, you're going to need 1 3.
Right.
Or do you drive and try and get the and 1?
Yeah, it's a tough call, and none of these girls, well, Houston does have 10 points on the night. But it's a tough call. Houston is one of their forwards, so she might not be the best 3-point shooter. But to me, quickly work it outside. Maybe try to get the ball into the paint. But if you have an open 3, definitely take it, no matter who it is.
Inbounds goes to Signor. They swing the ball around, and Houston does end up with it. Nice pump fake and the shot, and no good. But nobody gets a body on her. Houston gets the rebound. She'll go to the line.
Obviously, unless Houston knocks down both of these free throws, with 7.2 seconds left and they need 5 points, this almost is better for Kearsarge, because the most you can come away with is 2 points. And tonight we've seen a lot of girls hit 1 of 2, sometimes neither.
And Abby Houston's first free throw is up and good. Do you possibly miss this one intentionally? We've seen them get that rebound. Because really, there's not much time left in this game.
I think you have to.
Her second shot is up. It's no good. Hits the iron, and I think it's going to be a lane violation by the shooter. So Abby Houston is going to get called for a lane violation. All right, Andrew, so we got 6.8 seconds to go here. Timeout on the floor, but we'll keep it here. So I don't know if she missed it on purpose, but she missed it pretty perfectly because it gave the team a chance to get that rebound, but then she's super aggressive, and the rule on that is once it leaves the player's hands, everyone else can go in, but it has to hit the rim for the shooter.
Right, yeah, that is the rule, and she really shot that perfectly. It came right back to her, but she just left her spot a little too quickly. And the crazy thing about this game, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Kearsarge held a 39-20 lead, and now it's 35-39. So the Cougars have been shut out completely in this final quarter, and scoring 15 unanswered points by the Hawks. It's just been remarkable for this Hopkinton team, and 4-point game, it's really 2 possessions. Obviously you can hit a 3 and get fouled, but that's pretty unlikely.
Rare.
So, the Hawks, they need to steal. I mean, they're going to foul right away. It's really the only way they can get the ball back. But, let's see if the Hawks can tie this up. That would really be a storybook finish, but let's see what happens.
So Crawshaw will inbound it. Bounce pass goes to Brayshaw and immediately fouled by Signor, and obviously about 2 seconds go off the clock. That's basically what you had to do. You couldn't really even go for the steal. There's not enough time. You just have to wrap her up. But once again, that's only their 5th foul.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a couple more fouls. So 2 seconds per foul. There's not going to be a lot of time left. Signor gets her hands on it, tips it away, and it goes back to the Hawks. So Signor tipped it away, and then it must have gone off the foot. So it's going to be Hopkinton ball, down 4 with 4.4 to go. They need to shoot a 3 and hope to get fouled. This one will go off the Kearsarge defender, and the Hawks will inbound the ball, looking to get it to Houston. They can't get it to her first option. Thomas does get it into Signor. A couple dribbles over to Houston. Her shot is up and good. Abby Houston gets it to go, but time runs out. What a game, what an ending.
Really, wow.
And the fans here applauding this Hawks team as they shut out the Cougars in the fourth quarter, but the Cougars hold on and prevail, 39-37. And Andrew, I've been doing this for a few years now, and that might be one of the better games I've seen. It didn't seem like it was going to be as we started the fourth quarter with that 19-point lead, but give credit to the Hawks, this team, and that's what it shows you. Defense can win games, and they got right back into this game because of their defense.
Yeah, the Hawks, their D really was very, very strong this fourth quarter, not allowing a single point. And really Hopkinton, I know they came away with a loss, but really compared to an undefeated 9-0 Kearsarge team, it really does feel like the Hawks won this game. It won't go down like that in the books, but the Hawks really need to hold their heads high. They really fought so hard in this one. Came out with an early 8-point lead, fought all the way back to cut it to just 2 points. What a game.
All right, so we got a couple of awards, and the play of the game was way back in the third quarter. It may have been the Cougars' final basket.
Yeah,
because they didn't score in the fourth quarter, and it was at the 1-minute, 11-second mark left in the third quarter. What was it?
Yeah, so our Ramontos Brick Oven Pizza Pie play of the game, we got to give it to Brayshaw. She got an outlet pass and really ran the court, made a nice layup in traffic, with about 1 minute left in the third quarter, which, could have been their last basket of the game. So that's my Ramontos Brick Oven Pizza Pie play of the game. All right,
and obviously Kearsarge getting the win and holding on 39-37. Do we have a player of the game?
I think you got to give it to Kearsarge player, probably either Madison Brayshaw or Debbie Crawshaw. Brayshaw scored a total of 9 points, and Crawshaw looks like she had 10. Brayshaw with a number of nice assists. Both had assists, but if we're going to give it to a Hopkinton player, because really it felt like Hopkinton won this game, I would give it to Houston. Let's see, she had, looks like 13 points, leading the game with those 13 points. But, if we're going to keep it with tradition and give it to the winning team, I think I'm going to give it to Debbie Crawshaw with her 10 points leading the Kearsarge team. So a very exciting matchup in a game of runs. It ends on a 19-0 run for the Hopkinton Hawks, but they ultimately fall short 39-37.
42-37 is the final score. Thanks to Greg and Alex behind the scenes. For Andrew Zerhide, I'm Jeremy Stout. Thanks for watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Today, YCN travels to Kentucky, New Hampshire, as the Lady Cougars of Kearsarge take on the Hawks of Hopkinton High School. The Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, the home energy specialists. La Valley Building Supplies for home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza in Claremont, always fresh. And by Casasa, free checking that pays. Now available at Claremont Savings Bank.